podcast discusses Big Idea 3, a concept taught in 5th grade, volume and surface area. Students will be able to describe, define, and determine surface area and volume of prisms by using appropriate tools and selecting strategies that are also appropriate. Three-dimensional figures are called three-dimensional because they have 3 dimensions, or 3D: height, depth, and width. They also have faces, edges, and vertices. Faces, which are flat surfaces, and since we're talking about prisms, these faces will be in the shape of polygons. They also have vertices. This is a corner where 3 or more edges meet. And last, we have edges. This is a line segment made when 2 faces meet. When counting the faces, vertices, and edges of a solid figure, you'll discover the number of faces plus the number of vertices minus the number of edges always equals 2. So we have 6 faces plus 8 vertices minus 12 edges. That equals 2. Prisms are solid figures that have identical ends and all flat surfaces. If I were to take this prism and slice it down the center, I would have a cross section, and the cross section would show a triangle. It would have the same triangular shape throughout the entire length of the figure. The 2 ends are triangles. That gives it its name, triangular prism. A great strategy for teaching your students how to identify a prism is to trace a polygon onto grid paper and imagine that polygon extending upward. Solids have properties: volume and surface area. When you think about volume, we envision how much water a container can hold. Volume is always measured in cubic units. Volume is found by using the formula volume equals base times width times height. It's usually shortened V equals B times W times H. When you think of surface area, you think of how much area needs to be covered or painted. Surface area is always measured in square units. Surface area is the total area of the surface of a 3-dimensional figure. Surface area equals 2 times base times height plus 2 times base times width plus 2 times height times width. When finding the surface area of a solid figure, students make common errors. They tend to ignore the area of one face or more than one face when finding the surface area. A good strategy is to use grid paper. Have students write the area of each face on the net, and then cross out each area when writing the add-ins. For further references and resources, you can visit Math is Fun. You can also use MegaMath. Also, the National Library of Virtual Manipulatives is a very useful tool. Today, we talked about finding the surface area and volume in solid figures, particularly prisms.